I was mortal once. A prince then. A prince now. I am the God Slayer!
Welcome on back everyone to Total Warhammer 3 in part 13 of our Kevin the Daemon Prince, SFO, Grimmhammer, and the Old World campaign. In today's episode we have ourselves a final battle against the Defenders of the Black Gulch, so I thought I could bring Kevin away, but it turns out that they were able to replenish just enough in the intern that Sergeant Sriracha Blade can't take them down, so let's move on over, take out this rebel army unless they decide to flee, which they likely will. Oh, no fleeing for the rats. Good on ya. We still lose. We actually lose 34. I mean, I know there's 1,000 of them, but it's just rats. We'll go ahead and take the offering to Corn. Try to gain access to that next boon there. Oh, perfect. We've gained it. So Corn's offering 4 is one of the last ones you'll be able to gain. It isn't just buffing up your Corn 8 units, so extra control for every concurrent war with a neighboring faction and more post-battle loot are both awesome. And then next we're going to work on Nurgle's Gifts 4, which will give us more income from raising settlements and more replenishment rate. So it'd be cool to know if this is going to be all the time or just in places you would normally replenish. So either way sounds good. As soon as we gain Nurgle's boon tier 4, we'll just start working our way up towards Tzeentch. Although at this point we need to grab all of them at the same time. So I think Undivided first is going to be the way to go. We won't dedicate for Tzeentch until we have everything maxed out here that will gain access to all of the units possible. Not getting any of these guys would be really unfortunate. Nurgle looks to be the only one you could really kind of ignore after you hit the Pox Riders, which we've got such better cavalry at this point. The Pox Riders aren't going to be getting much use. So Cloven Greaves. Oh, we can turn our bird boy into a creepy hybrid of horse and bird. Yes, no, not this time, but it gives you a good bit of armor, 40% more charge bonus, which is insane, and then some nice resistance. So if you are really stacking up that charge bonus, is going to help out pretty considerably. What were we using? Demonic Onslaught, and more Barrier. I think we're going to switch it over to the Desirable Greaves here. Devastating Flanker is too good to pass up on. Blend of Tzeentch, Undivided, and Slaanesh.
Supreme
Romulus. I'll give you the Agent of Change, why not? You can't have the Comptroller or any of the upkeep production ancillaries, which is a little unfortunate. We're all maxed out on the actual items we have here, so let's give Cromulus probably Rancid Visitations or just Children of Nurgle for any spells he does cast. Look at the heals now. And then for Lautzi, we can't have everyone have the Locus of Transmorgification, even if it's the strongest.
Daemons.
I mean, that seems to be the best reason to do it. More power recharge. This could be great for boosting up our blue scribes. So let's go Locus of Conjuration, even though I would very much prefer just the ability to summon in more blue horrors. This will also buff up our Winds of Magic Power Reserve minimum and a miscast base chance reduction, which seems pretty good.
I get stronger!
You do indeed. And we'll bring Kevin in to help out with the Siege of Black Gulch. They say we lose nobody, that's the best. That's the best there. Although in our Malekith campaign, we see that even if it shows that there's no one to be lost, big scaly boys might get wiped out by auto-resolve either way. So let's go for Slaanesh here.
House of Chaos.
We'll try to get the income there. House of Chaos rejects you. This is the house that Chaos built.
Daemon Prince.
I'm our Daemon Prince then. You've got plenty of pretty strong units. The only thing I really would like to remove are these Furies of Slaanesh for a different kind of flyer, or just a more powerful cavalry-based unit. Let's go march and start moving on down south. Gonna find new enemies to subjugate. Also love to see the... Oh, Horus is down here, too. Their empires are all spread out. It's gonna be... It's gonna make where we get attacked from incredibly random. Okay, then. So for Kevin, we'll just grab the final point into Winged Warriors here, boost up our ammunition and barrier points for those Zechian units.
Chaos.
That's great to me. How much barrier are we working with now? 2,600. Not a small amount.
Immortal glory.
Indeed, Shouty boy. We've got 8,000 gold. Let's spend it to make some more money. We'll put in the gym camp, Masochist Lodge as well, and then we'll upgrade the dedicated town at Kazid Skovakrag. That way we can upgrade the Enclave of Obsidian as well. Just really boost up the provinces we're making money at the moment. 4,000 coming in from this province, and Ormsmotek is making almost 3, so any boost, that's great. We'll just make those our kind of main 2 provinces. Isgard will get the next upgrades, then we'll probably start working on these others from there. Our very low reliability is gonna cause some problems without a doubt. Luckily, though, Kairos is still ticking upwards, so we shouldn't have any of his dastardly plans go our way. Back to Kevin, and that will be our turn.
Herald of Corn.
The Black Gold is currently sitting with a Cornel Den for extra control. I have no problem with this whatsoever. Control is well and truly in order here. Let's go for an income building in Z's slot. Do we want to just extol Slanesh for more movement range? I think so. These should still count as being in
Cannot be stopped.
Black Gulch, which will allow us to zoom right through and get some damage on. Or start raiding here in Ormfell. Either way. We zoom and turn. Well, something about that in turn has made my computer sound like it's a jet engine taking off. They've confederated with Sarthoriel's Watchers. I mean, Sarthoriel is a slightly different than normal Exalted Keeper of Secrets, or whatever the big birdie boys are called. Getting after the lair of the Troll Kings would be great. I absolutely do not trust Archaon. Really tempted to start a fight with him. We would definitely lose some ground pretty quickly. Meaning this settlement here. Who all of you subjugated to your will? Fighting Archaon before he gets built up is the only way. And we have said from the beginning we're going to try to... They're improving. Does he not like? He doesn't like that they've trespassed on us several times. Let's go ahead and tell them they're trespassing. Letting Archaon build up is a really bad idea. I'm really tempted to attack him now in March stance. Here, let's get a bit closer. Let's see what his army looks like. We can definitely handle it. Even with weakened Furies, we'll likely lose them.
Supreme champion.
Oh yeah, this is nothing. They're very elite, but this is nothing. Aeon, how many of your special abilities do you have? You're only rolling with the Slayer and the armor. This would be the best chance to take him down. It's gonna put us in a little bit of a dangerous strait. They can only attack from this direction, and they can't jump through the mountains, so we know they have to come through Grung Durat. So if we can have Sriracha Blade here, start building up the Cornate boys. So we'll grab some Marauders of Corn with dual weapons. They're not fantastic, but he needs him some horny friends. 3 Marauders, and then we'll just grab 1 of the Hounds for the speed. He's going to be at a disadvantage to anything coming around over those hills, though. We did just tell him he's trespassing, but now it's time. 3 vassals. This is about to get violent. Listen, we're not here for him to make friends. We're here to challenge the Everchosen. I think now is the time. You have shown yourself weak at a bad opportunity. Now's when Kairos jumps in. And Corn will reap your souls. Here's first. In fact, give me this Hell Cannon. Mine. And let's throw down. You and me. Alright then. Let's get deployment set up, and let's throw our units on the other side of this position here. Got this little gully we can force them through, and there'll be no choice but to go around this bit of rock formation, so let's go flamers in the middle with spawn hoping to defend them. Lad in the middle. Oh, we've still got you on your blood throne. That'll actually be just fine here, because we should be able to gain or drag a whole bunch of units around you to then obliterate with the flamers. We'll throw the Forsaken behind the flamers in case they need some help. We'll go ahead and decrease their file a bit. One of those units we're really going to try to leave their own devices, otherwise they're going to do lots of wiggling around and not much shooting. Look, great. Ghostly Banshees. You do a ton of damage. Very, very similar to your Iron Drakes, but with none of the survivability. They get shot at, they go away pretty quickly even, so if you were facing Tzeentch, good idea to focus fire any enemy flamers you see. Likely for work very well for you. Bloodletters in the back, we'll have the Hell Cannon hanging out behind them because this Blazing Squealer squad can give them some more ammunition, which is simply terrifying. Let's do Flesh Hounds, which should outduel most of the enemy fast movers. Keep them in the back here. And so we have less than them. We want to use ours as more of a defensive force than anything else. And then we could have the Warriors of Tzeentch on either flank here. More pink horrors. Our big giant boy. I'm going to keep the Caster of Slaanesh also in the back, although we can use them for pretty aggressive hit and run attacks. And Archaon's going to have a Spirit Leech with her name on it. It's going to feel awful, so stay away from that where we can. Our other flyers here, who also are going to be pretty weak to any of Archaon's. All of Archaon's Spirit Leeches are going to be nasty against our core of heroes here. Alright, let's get actually all of the infantry together and in guard mode. Oh, I take it back. Let's get the missile boys together because we have kind of specialized ones this time. Right then. Let's get it going. Archaon versus Kevin. There can be only one. Come over here and start harassing whoever you can. Let's scoot our whole squad up just a bit. This way. Better make use of the hill there. What are you doing to Kevin? In flight, unseen beat. Oh, he's just invisible. See, that's the best and is always going to be the best. We can zoom on in here. And no one knows Kevin's here. Sneaky, sneaky Kevin. I mean, we can just drop... I want to see how much damage the Fire of Tzeentch does. Let's drop down some blue horrors right in front of them. Okay, so he's visible now that he's casting. That's still crazy. Just go after the halberd horn boys. I'm gonna send you after these hounds here. You too, Kevin. Let's go chase off these fast movers so we don't have to deal with them at all. Swords of Chaos are going to be a big issue. Oh yeah, no, waste all of your spells. Anything you got. In fact, Kevin, you go ahead and throw down some blue horrors here to entice these hound dogs. And pull you away just a bit. We can throw down just some normal metal spells in the middle of this group of Chaos Warriors. We're going to get bullied. Yeah, start blasting at these spawn. Nurglish boys are going to be very weak to any kind of fire damage. We don't even really have to bring anything else forward for now. Haven't we get any nice spells? Nope, we're out of magic just for the moment. So We'll let the horrors do their thing. Throw a fireball at our barrier boy. Good idea. Lower how fast they can deal with our horrors. Kevin chased that group off pretty quickly, so let's bring him back around. See if we can't take down Prince Augrax. Maybe we go after the Hellstriders. Very tough call. You keep chucking fireballs at these spawn, though. They're really not gonna like it. I kind of want to land over here. Be very hard to get back in the air, though. They're almost in range of the Hell Cannon. Alright, bring yourself back round. And let's maybe see what we can do to scare off these normal hounds. I'm thinking we're gonna have the Halberdiers drop down almost immediately. If we move quick, yeah, go for the Spirit Leech. Cannon shots are raining down. Smash that one guy. Put out some more blue horrors here. Kevin, you clobber these beasts. Get some shots into the backs of these. Actually, go after the spawn of the Nurgle if you can. Kevin, he's now overexposed, so send in the boys. We want to spawn a little ways forward. Try to get troopers caught in them.
Forward, our destined place.
Excellent. Move our halberdiers out just a bit. Same thing with the giant. Well, if you want to go straight in for a charge, it'll work. Kevin's a bit surrounded here. I know he's not. Beat down on Prince Augrax. Wouldn't mind dropping his armor by a huge margin and then proceeding to clobber. Bring the other caster around. Well, it's working out very well. As soon as they cross into range, they're gone. Smash with these Chaos Knights. Stop them from moving. Give you and the giant a little bit more damage. Make sure Archaon doesn't charge you. In fact, you guys move up and clobber Archaon. We'll want to go for Final Transmute is only going to hit one. We will not then. Let's go Glittering Robe. It actually doesn't have any armor this time, so it's just resistance and missile resist. Interesting. Not worth using. Pull you out of the fighting. Drop down the blade of corn here. Send in the Corn Reapers. We'll go round wide. You move it so quickly. Actually, come up in here and let's drop off some more damage reduction. Bane this idiot. Let's make sure you are picking proper targets, so just blast anything that's surrounding our giant here. More damage. Alright, Kevin, you clobbered that poor lord. Come back through. Let's go after Archaon himself. We can follow him around and keep him from doing anything important. Great. Weaken Archaon himself and get the heals out for everyone in that front group. Pull away a bit. I go after these knights, that'd be awesome. The almighty gas of doom. It works. Flamers back and have Halberdiers move in. I don't really want you charging into Halberdiers of any kind, so ignore that. Then we'll have these Seekers and our Hound Dogs come in. Find a flank and smash it. Flamethrowers on Archaon. Transmutation of lead gives it an area. Perfect. As soon as that cast, can also kick in the blue horrors. There we have them. Seekers, you surround Archaon. We'll just get you away from combat so you don't fizzle away to nothing. That'd be awesome. Giant can also go fight Archaon. Beautiful. The ultimate duel. Will you lot that? Giant and Kevin take part in this duel. No one said it was going to be fair. Drop your armor a little bit there, my friend. Enjoy. Becoming more and more impotent. Flamethrowers, you relax. How many kills did they get? 52 is not bad. In fact, here comes some hounds. Show them the true meaning of war. Everything that should be broken is you guys keep chasing off this exalted hero. I don't want to see him again. Leave our units not die. Don't really need it. Poor Archaon get clobbered. The one brave and Zinchian wingman. Down with a bloody longhorn. Why don't you guys relax? Immediately took the opportunity to start firing. And that's the victory against Archaon. I'm gonna drop Glorious Rot because he deserves it. And that's the win. We're gonna run down to the rest of his lads, and I'll catch you in a moment. And Archaon's boys have been sent back to square one. 3 heroes slain. Well, 2 heroes slain and Archaon himself, so they're going to be having to recruit all of this very elite force back up from scratch. Let's go for the just favor for Slaanesh and extra gold. I remember what Archaon's defeat trait is. It is Doomslayer. The Ever-Chosen may rise and rise again, but he will forever be consigned to oblivion. Spell resistance, physical resistance, and more melee attack when fighting against all of our Chaos Brethren, which will be great for stabbing people in the back. Socrates is on a big old burning chariot now, but I think I do not want that. Much slower than our Disc of Zinch. Well, they made the burning chariot a little bit faster than I thought. He's a much bigger target, though. We'll leave him on the chariot for one battle so you all can actually see what that is for any who have not seen a lad mounted on a burning chariot. New ancillaries we can use? The answer is no. Absolutely not. Skills, though, we do have aplenty. We're going to go ahead and grab magic reserves first. Win some magic reserve capacity.
It presents no challenge.
Shax has achieved immortality. Actually, so has Prince. Shax and Prince have both become immortal. Which was always going to be the way. They're protagonists of their own story.
Hellish power.
So Raiders is just more income from raiding, plus 20%, which is hugely beneficial.
Triumph.
Organize gives us more defensive supplies. Does this give us any more experience gain? Ooh. I like the drop to enemy leadership. 157 speed, though, is silly. Let's grab Organized. We'll grab the drop to enemy leadership. And then Laboratory gives us a drop to construction time -1 to all buildings. No one is allowed in or out without my express permission. This is for their safety, of course. Who does this come from initially? Or is this a custom one made by the SFO team? Let me know in the comments if you're aware. Or Cromulus. Let's just grab an additional point to our passives. And then we'll continue down that magic tree. Trying to get the healing spells. I'd be lying if I did said I didn't want to fight Throg as well. We do have to calm down a little bit, though. Too many enemies is going to be far too much. We're already going to be dealing with a lot from the Ever-Chosen. In fact, so much so we're likely going to want to switch positions where Shax is defending the south from Kislev, or striking out against them while Kevin turns around to go after them. I was very concerned they had a strike team already in our territory. That'd have been terrifying. Let's see, you were missing 2 extra units. What is it that we would want in this army? Probably just speedy boys, so a unit of knights or 2. Let's grab both of our units of Chaos Knights of Zinch. Very strong, very expensive. 400 apiece. It'll take 3 turns for them to show up. But this army will be complete. From there, we might just remove one of our Furies for when it's time to grab more heroes. Which, let's see if we can. We got access to more iridescent horrors. I'm actually going to add that to our Coronate Force. We're going to force Sriracha Blade here to be much more accepting of Tzeentch's followers. And we're going to have him a Tzeentchian iridescent horror because these guys will be able to drop enemies' fire resistance more and weaken them to fire. Well, the winds gives us more wins and some ward save. Sounds good to me. Welcome, Immortal. Immortal, we've got to get you a proper name. Oh, we could just go ahead and name you Sun Tzu. We've got several of the Eastern philosophers already. Oh, you know what? We need to start grabbing some more from the west as well. So I think the next one, if we're going off of the epic rap battle, needs to be Nietzsche's. We already got Socrates and Confucius. Nietzsche or Voltaire. Well of Contagions. And yes, those would be the only philosophers I know off the top of my head at the moment. Halls of Ovation, anything here is going to help our income is what we want. So more experience gain for the Cultist Camp. And the Architect column. Quick, cheap upgrades. Hopefully we have time, and they're not just going to invade immediately. We'll see. I'd love to leave Kevin here for a turn so we can actually do some replenishing. We might not have that opportunity. Let's do the Well of Contagions first. We're dropping the construction cost. Jump you into this army. Do we have any more mutations? It's time. Demon dress-up party. We've got the... Oh no, we moved through way too quickly. I think it's the Fanged Ashen Wings here. Which give us the takeoff ability, which allows you just to launch up into the air. And more speed. Which, very fair if we need to get in and out of somewhere quickly. But these Age Wings are great. More spell mastery in the air, and Paragon of Change is also great. Any kind of barrier replenishment is always going to be very, very useful. Alright, we will need to keep in mind that the bloodletting is part of the reason for our pretty hefty income, so we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. Wild Hunt ceases, so Orion shouldn't be out punching people in the face for no reason. At least less than normal. They ignored our trespassing warning. Oh no. Well, I was hoping that was going to tell us where an army of theirs was. So no, we have no idea, and they could be just about anywhere. Which leads to a very target-rich environment for us. Let's go ahead and jump in the teleport stance. That'll allow us to move well. We can actually move about the same distance either way. Further even. Let's come to this direction. Staying in friendly territory. Allow us to cast a very wide gaze over the area. Crashing into the Forest of Knives would be awesome. And we could warp through from there to go after the Everchosen's settlements. Which looks like we get a heap of gold for sacking. Not as much from the Forest of Knives. Sun Tzu, you join the Sergeant. Even if it is a affront to everything you might believe in. Go one more set of corn dogs and Marauders, and then I guess we'll grab... I don't mind the Furies and Tzeentch because they give us a nice bit of Guardian. And the ones of Corn... they're pretty meh. They've got a lot of attack. They lose a lot of their melee defense, and they gain 10 extra strength. That's not super worth it. The Hounds at least have great vigor. Let's snag the unit of Blue Horrors. And we'll grab some global Blue Horrors as well, even if they make me sad.
Slaughter!
Very, very basic army for now. We'll go Architect's Column here in the Crow Brothers. Actually, take that back. Upgrading our settlements that are or minor are not worth it. Let's instead upgrade the Gore Hunt Hall. That way we can get the exotic animal cult camp in here. That would be fantastic.
Bring death.
Anyone want to be our buddy?
I am chosen.
So Azazel is actually fighting the Drowned, which I am all here for. It is a well-known fact that Silostra is my least favorite of all of the Warhammer Lords.
Kislev's fallen champion.
Alright, Cromulus. Let's grab the Rancid Visitations for a... Well, actually, I take that back. Let's do Curse of the Leper, which will allow us to make the Lad on the Blood Throne much more tanky and reflect some of that melee damage back at the enemy. Sounds great. Ooh, new dress-up party. We've got the Modest Helm. Yes, so modest. I could be the greatest demon of all, but no. That's actually you. Yeah, we're out of here. No thanks. Back to our beak. Alright, turn is ours, and we have the Red Room event. A shimmering rift appears, beyond which lies a zigzag floor bound by crimson curtains. The room is empty, save for 4 bone white plinths, each of which bears an eldritch icon. The dark gods wish to know where your loyalties lie. This is just going to be armor and relations. Some actual goodness as well. Weapon strength for Slaanesh units. Or weapon strength with horns. Let's go ahead and take the Moaning Vial here. The lilac fluid, its scent intoxicating. You sense that dousing yourself with it will cause indescribable agony. Render you irresistible. Oh, it's like Axe. Or what Axe pretends to be. And now we move to attack the Forest of Knives, do we not? We do indeed. What says you, Norskins? Hello, Karn.
I'll drain the puck.
Drain the pus. Let's see how strong our units do in an auto-resolve. They do terribly. Good grief. Rest in peace, our front line. We'll go ahead and dedicate the Forest of Knives, which looks like its own settlement, just to... Do it to Tzeentch, or do we do to Slaanesh? Go Slaanesh. This is a single settlement. This will allow it to make as much money as possible.
Chaos reigns.
Immediately. And throw in. Just the income building for now. I don't mind how slow it takes this one to build up.
Daemon Prince. Supreme
Prince.
champion.
Faction-wide character experience gain seems great, and this will also boost the speed on all of our Furies.
Hellish power.
We have a ton of extra experience. Let's snag the secondary final transmutation so we can overcast it, which should give it an area of effect. Perfect.
Chaos.
Auto-resolve's mean. There was no way we were going to lose that many frontline forces, especially this elite. What do I expect? Sriracha Blade, let's get you in March. Why can't you? Wait a second, you go further in... Okay, never mind, I'm just crazy. You get just the smallest extra. You can teleport there? Somehow Horn's Legions can teleport? It's terrifying. I guess they do in lore quite a bit, it's just not in the Tzeentchian way. They teleport through bloodshed being there, just rip a hole through time. Eternal Banquet does sound great. We take this opportunity to go for Ormsman Tech a bit more. Yes, we do. Gym camp there. More Tzeentch glory gained. Let's go for the Quagmire of Waste. Covers in boils and wounds. The barely living fleshlings wail within a cramped, suspended cage, as living symbols of Nurgle's power over mortal bodies. Let's build things for a little bit cheaper. So we'll go ahead and take the coldest outpost here up to the next tier. Is that just construction time? Let's go construction cost in this province. Business. Income building here, the Golden Monolith. That works for me. Our income is looking nice. It's just going to keep improving as we clap people on the forehead. We will absolutely extol Slaanesh here. Doesn't look like... Oh, we're allowed 2 more Luresses. I'm wrong. Sriracha Blade, what say you? How would you like to side with not only 2 wizards, but 2 wizards of your least favorite factions? Let's go for the Olores of Shadows. Vigor of the Joyous. Ooh. I like the extra speed. 25% more movement range. I don't know that that applies to their lord. Devotion. Extra seduce units budget. I mean... Welcome Ahul.
Are you tempted?
I mean, I'm not, but Sriracha Blade here absolutely is. Most tempted of all of Khorne's boys. So when you get hurled at the earth at Mach 42 for his sins as well. Alright, in we go. Right, LC is now even better at recruiting in more troops, and Kevin the Master Mason. Alright, the Manifestation of Tzeentch has expired. We can just go back in there and immediately apply it again. Spell intensity, attrition, cooldown. Yeah, absolutely. We'll just go ahead and immediately activate. So to gain these other manifestations, what are we missing? Oh, awoken suddenly by nightmarish sounds, you find the skies blackened. Earth littered with bone shards and demons lying bruised and bleeding all around. From above comes an unending rain of skulls. I believe we've had that event happen. We definitely have some more mutations here.
Daemon Prince.
In his right arm, so we've got some oversized medium armor. Spirit Leech and armor is what it's really boasting here. 5 less than what we have access to. Yep, very chunky arm indeed. Only Spirit Leech was as good as dropping off a speed bump of Blue Horrors. Got the Spike Tail. Greater Magic Bond is great, obviously. But this allows us to be very, very sneaky in the air, which is horrifying for enemies. Out of nowhere, 3 tornadoes of flame descend. They did go into March stance and flee as quickly away as they could. We can take this opportunity to jump through and go after the Naglfari Plain. All we have here is income.
Will burn. Supreme champion.
We go through in teleport stance. Go in between here. Yeah, they're not prepared at all. So now we can take down the Monolith of Gutrot, sack it, and go after the plane. Let's do it.
Sacred execution.
Good old Sriracha here. Let's bring you up.
Surge.
As far as we can.
Ambush time.
Surprised you're actually willing to do ambushes. When you're a Khorne faction, you lose leadership in ambush. Is that the same here?
Slaughter.
Oh no, he's much more clever. Our Blade of Sriracha here. Oh, we're still missing out on some of the strongest Khorne cavalry. The Knights of the Brazen Throat are hilariously strong. Since we're going with a mix of Tzeentch and Khorne for this army, even if he despises it, let's give them the Weird Spawn. As a pretty strong single entity to form up some blobs around, that way our Marauders get those axes to work. Oh, we're there. Let's grab the Sky Rays.
Fight for blood.
Make sure we control the air. Sweet. Blood for the Blood God. Magic for his throne. Do the extra control building here since control's so out of whack. Wouldn't mind switching over to extolling Slaanesh so we don't lose even further control. So let's switch over to that for now. Lose 10% income, but that's worth it in the long run. One more cult camp. Now it's really time. Get you moving. I can't wait for the random greenskin army that's run all the way through to come after us. I also love to see the absolute duel that's going on over here in Hellpit. Hellpit looks great. We might need to revisit Clan Molder with the Molder's Menagerie and some of the other fun mods on. That looks great. We need to get over there and they need to start fighting soon. So we'll probably have Lao Tzu rotate that way, as he'll be better than the other armies at ripping through waves and waves of Skaven with his magic. Oh, really? I'm in a rebellion, we don't have a way to stop that, so let's go ahead and stop collecting income for a few turns, let control get back in order. We'll back in another turn. Alright, a brutal business battle is a blood-soaked affair, limbs severed, bones exposed, men left for dead in cruor-soaked fields amongst scores of fallen friends and enemies. Strong weapons forged with time, sweat, and expertise mark the difference between victory and defeat. A good sword allows us to get 20 more weapon damage for all armies of all factions. Really, everyone is militarizing all at the same time. Kevin, it is up to you then. Show them the true meaning of war.
Conquest.
We'll surround the monolith of Gutrot and move it straight in for a battle. We could even yoink their most important units here being the oh, we can't. Quick jump cut. Grandfather Nurgle decided to bless us with a bit of sneezes in the outro, so we will cut that on out to save your eardrums from exploding. For now, though, I am out of time for today. Thank you all so much for stopping by today's Kevin the Daemon Prince episode. I have been at Space Wizard Total War. And believe a like for the like god and a sub for the sub though. See you on the next one.